Hi everyone, so today I'll be talking about the important topic of who is Steve Jobs, a little bit about his biography, where he grew up, and how he started his career with Apple. Um, as you know, Steve Jobs is a very intelligent and smart man. He created and started and is the CEO or the chief executive of Apple, which is one of the most well-known technology and computer companies in the world. So starting with Steve Jobs is one of the greatest entrepreneurs, industrial designers, a media perpetrator, and investor. He was the co-founder, the chairman, and CEO of Apple, the chairman and majority shareholder of Pixar, and a member of the Walt Disney Company's board of directors following its acquisition of Pixar, and the founder, chairman, and CEO of Next. He is widely recognized as a pioneer of the personal computer revolution of the 1970s and 1980s, along with his early business partner and fellow Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak. Jobs was one of the first entrepreneurs to understand that the personal computer would appeal to a broad audience, at least if it did not appear to belong in a junior high school science fair. With Jobs' encouragement, Wozniak designed and improved the Apple II, complete with a keyboard, and they arranged to have a sleek modeled plastic case manufactured to enclose the unit. So I'm going to now talk about Jobs, a little bit about his biography and where he grew up, where he went to college, and all that. So Jobs was born in San Francisco to a Syrian father and a German-American mother. He was adopted shortly after his birth. Jobs attended Reed College in 1972 before withdrawing that same year. And in 1974, he traveled through India seeking enlightenment and studying Zen Buddhism. Him and Wozniak co-founded Apple in 1976 to sell Wozniak's Apple I personal computer. And a year later, the duo gained fame and wealth with production and sale of the Apple II, one of the first highly successful mass-produced microcomputers. Jobs saw the commercial potential of Alto in 1979, which was a mouse-driven and had a graphical user interface. This led to the development of the unsuccessful Apple Lisa in 1983, followed by the breakthrough in 1984, the first mass-produced computer with a GUI. The Macintosh introduced the desktop publishing industry in 1985 with the addition of the Apple Laser Writer and the first laser printer to feature vector graphics. So now I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I think about Steve Jobs and how I believe he became a very intelligent and successful man. I believe anyone who starts a company or is a CEO of a company has to have a very well set mindset, has to have no procrastination, stay very focused, have a positive attitude. And yeah, I believe that a technology or engineering company, anyone who is going to start it is going to have to be very intelligent and have a brain for technology, because not everything is easy on technology. There are things that we're learning, new skills, new ways to learn and grow, but most of our lives are on technology. Like our phones, how we message and communicate with people is very important. Communication skills is very important, and I believe that if we didn't have a cell phone or anything to communicate, it would be very different. We would be struggling to communicate. There would be a lot more challenges, a lot more issues. But with now how our society is, we have social media and we have new ways and new technology keeps coming out. There are a lot of aspects and you also see a lot of issues going on with how big of an impact technology has on our lives. I would like to read a quote that I believe is pretty important, that is from Steve Jobs. and that's one of my mantras: focus and simplicity. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple, but it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. I believe that this quote is very, very important to put in your head, because one big thing is never giving up. Believe in yourself. If you have a dream to get somewhere, or you have a goal to get somewhere, I would tell you to stick with that goal and stick with that dream, because right now my goal is to become and own a company. My biggest goal is to become a CEO, but I would love to start by owning my own company, and just by starting small things is huge. It can be very, very significant if you're trying to start a company. Finding people, positive people around you, surrounding yourself with great people is very important. But like I said, communication is a huge thing. You need to have good communication in order to communicate with others and keep that positive attitude going. So one more thing I'd like to read is this one thing I found in an article explaining Jobs' Zen-like ability to focus was by the related instinct to simplify things by zeroing in on their essence and eliminating unnecessary components. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, declared Apple's first marketing brochure. To see what that means, compare any Apple software with, say, Microsoft Word, which keeps getting uglier and more cluttered with ribbons and intrusive features. It is a reminder of the glory of Apple's quest for simplicity. And I believe that is a huge thing, because Jobs, as I said in that quote, said that simple can be harder than complex. Now, things can be simple, but things can be hard and tough. I believe that technology is something that is very complex. It is something that uses a lot of mathematics skills and a lot of complex skills. But I hope that gave you a little rundown of who is Steve Jobs and the importance behind him, how he was a very intelligent and well-known man. I believe that he did change how society is. He definitely changed in very, very, I would say, good ways. There's negative and good, positive and negative ways. But definitely a lot of positives, because now with Apple, we have phones where we can communicate with our family, our peers, our significant other, anybody that is important, any professors, any work, any managers, any coworkers. I believe it is a very significant and important thing to talk about. And I really enjoyed doing this assignment. To add a little quick note, I love talking to people. I love doing presentations. I have a very strong, I don't know how to word it, outgoing part of me. So this was a very fun assignment. This is just a little quick note to add. And yeah, I very much enjoyed this assignment, and thank you all so much.